Hello guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well today. So I just want to talk about a thing that I've been experiencing, a concept that I knew about before but I didn't really take seriously, and it was the idea of not telling people what you're doing, especially when you're trying to self-improve, when you've got big goals, when you change your life significantly in terms of its structure to sort of get to those goals like I have. And the sort of pushback you get from people, and I've certainly experienced that in both sides of this journey, the financial side and the weight loss side, especially how I'm planning or am losing weight. So I've just decided I'm not going to tell people. That's the biggest takeaway. I really thought that, because as I said, I had seen this advice before, don't tell people your goals, because they will knowingly or unknowingly sort of stray you from the path. They will sort of take your motivation away in a way. Not necessarily intentionally, but they can sap the energy from you, because everyone, and we've all done this, haven't we? We've all sort of, oh, you should do this instead. Oh, you're doing that? No, I've done this. It worked much better. And yes, I think you should be open, and I try to be open with these sorts of things. But there comes a point, and that's the point I've reached, where I have jumped around a lot. And that's partly why I'm in the situation I'm now, because you may have heard of the shiny object syndrome. And this is often a business thing, but it can be any part of your life where, you might start something. Maybe you start like a drop shipping business, and then you see someone's had success over here they've opened a restaurant or, whatever. And then you think, oh, maybe I should just stop this and go do that instead. And then another thing comes up. And this can happen with criticism as well. So I'll give you a few examples, and the takeaway is that I've now gone radio silent. Apart from this YouTube channel, I am not telling anyone what I'm doing. So even if someone asks, and this was the loophole I was going to leave open. I was going to say, well, I'm not going to lie. If someone asked me, oh, what have you been doing? Oh, I've noticed you've lost a lot of weight. What have you been doing? I was going to just say it because I don't want to lie. I have been fasting. I've been doing this. I've been exercising more. But now I think I'm just going to say, well, watching what I eat, calories in, calories out, and then just like, how are you doing? Change the subject. And I think that's going to be my approach. And even the well-meaning comments from people, it just confuses me. And I do think it confuses everyone else. And if you've been on social media, especially when it comes to diet, things like that, oh, you should go carnivore. No, you should go vegan. Well, actually, no, you should go paleo. Oh, actually, no, you should just go low fat. Just go keto. Nothing actually happens, because you're so like, well, this person's told me this person's told me that, and then I don't actually start. Or maybe you have started and then it just stops because you think, oh, now I should go do this instead. And even with the debt, which I thought was kind of immune to criticism, really. And this isn't about YouTube comments or anything, it's just about real life feedback. And the one you always get, you're going to burn yourself out. You're working too hard. And I even had one lady said, why do you want to get out of debt? And it's like, what do you mean, why do I want to get out of debt? Debt is crushing me. Not just in terms of payments, but it's crushing my soul. It's a ceiling that I can't get past. There are certain things I want to do, and I can't do them, or at least I shouldn't do them, until I'm out of debt. Like, I've been talking about car driving, getting my driver's license recently. I could potentially get a car on finance. But why would I do that when I'm already £14,000 in debt? So in reality, I can't even afford the lessons. So I can't really feasibly, realistically do that until I'm out of debt, right? And there's a lot of other things that apply to that. And as I say, it's well-meaning, but it puts or at least on me, it puts a limiter on it, because like working 12 hours a day. Many people work 12 hours a day. I don't think it's that odd. It's not. Like warehouse jobs, factory jobs, they're often 12 hours. People work 16 hours a day. And now suddenly I'm going from 8 hours to 12, and suddenly I'm burning myself out and I'm going too far. It's just a bit odd to me. And thankfully I've not really let it influence me. I have let the fasting side influence me, because I get that a bit more, because it is a bit more extreme. It's a bit more alien to people, especially when you're getting into longer and longer fasts. I understand. But I was planning to make this video yesterday, and I've been doing overtime, so I've done 80 hours this week. I've just got back. It's Sunday night, 6, nearly 7 o'clock. I've just done 20 hours of overtime on Saturday and Sunday, which is going to make a really good impact on my debt. So that's going to be a good video at the end of this month, hopefully. So that's probably like £350 extra that I just got, because today was double time, yesterday was time and a half. But that was 80 hours, and then I just had my friend say, "Oh, watch out, you're going to burn yourself out." It's fine. It's fine, but it's just the expected answer. And no matter how many times I've had to explain to people why I'm doing this, and to be honest, I want to go even harder. I want to go further. I want to extract more from myself. And now I've said to myself, I will not be telling a soul, maybe my brother, to be fair, because we're not twins, but we kind of are twins. We have these weird, like, we tend to do things at the same time, even though we don't know each other are doing it. And we have the same thoughts and the same like revelations. It's very strange, but we're not twins. But now I have that in place, that I know, and I'm okay with not telling people, because I did feel a bit weird. I felt like I was lying. I was like keeping things from people. Now I'm okay with it. I am going to go further, and I'm going to, it might seem a bit more extreme. Like, I'm 175 pounds overweight. I want to start running and fasting. And yes, it may seem extreme, and it maybe is, but my gut is telling me to do these things. But I have put a limiter on myself based on perceived people's opinions on such things. And I don't do them because I think, oh, well, I'm going to get pushback on this. And as I said, YouTube comments don't really factor into this. I had some wonderful comments on my fasting video. That's my best performing video so far, so thank you all very much for the support. But I had every type of diet suggested to me on that video, and it was fantastic. But if I had, 20 people telling me in real life, oh, you should do this, do that, it's different, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm obviously going to still be making videos on all these things. I'm not going to be hiding anything, because I feel like it's easier to not justify yourself. But I had a comment yesterday, and it was weird timing, and I even said this in the response. I was thinking about it, and he or she said, just stick to the plan. I'm paraphrasing. Just stick to the plan. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let other people influence what you're doing. If you're going to be fasting for 2 weeks, just fast for 2 weeks. And this is a thing for me in the past, and I think I've mentioned it before, is that I don't follow through with things because I have a perceived notion of what might happen. And this probably played a big part in my health anxiety. I'm trying to predict the future, and that's where anxiety comes from, right? Because you're worried about future events, even though they haven't happened yet. And I'm thinking, well, if I run, then I'm gonna bust my hip or something. And I keep reading things that a really overweight person shouldn't run. Okay. Well, one, I've never tried it at this weight, and a bit of history. I used to be a runner. I was not a runner. The furthest I ever ran without stopping was like 3 miles. And that was one of the proudest like physical achievements I've ever had. And I had this system where I would run from lamppost to lamppost. So I think it was like every other day, I would choose a distance, and then I would add another lamppost to that distance. So over time and relatively quickly, and then I would start like, 2 lampposts. I'm going to run to this letterbox or post box. And that's how I got up to that. And I'm not suggesting that I'm going to be like reckless. Yes, fasting puts a lot of strain on your body already. I'm not going to be running a mile or 2 miles or 3 miles. I want to start the process. How far can I go? Because that's the thing, I don't know. I let these future thoughts, these predictive thoughts, stop me from even trying it. Maybe it is a stupid idea, but I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. And if I can't, then fine. I can stop, I can slow down, I can take a step back. It's not the end of the world. And burnout, I don't think I've even experienced burnout. I don't know. Is it an emotional breakdown? I don't know. Is it where you just completely stop doing everything? Maybe I've experienced similar. In my past job, I hated every second of being there, and I went a little bit crazy. Is that burnout? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't want to burn out, obviously, but how far can I go? How much can I extract from myself? And the most important takeaway, I think, is that this is the furthest I've ever got in terms of mindset advancement. I've lost more weight before, but I've never got to this place where I'm so hungry for success, for improvement, than now. And I cannot let that slide back. You can make a tactical retreat, and I'm willing to do that. I'm not trying to be stupid, but I want to start taking cold showers. But then I think, well, you're already stressing your body out with fasting. Now you want to be walking back and forth. Another thing, I want to stop using public transport. So it's about 3 miles there and back to where all my jobs are. So it's going to be like an hour and 20 there, an hour and 20 back. Oh, you're adding that on. And now you want to like run for a few minutes. Now you're going to do a cold shower. Isn't that going to stress your body out even more? I don't know. This video might be a bit ranty. But I feel like I get this frustration in me where I don't know which one it is. It's like either my mind or my body wants to go, but it can't, or it doesn't. Or at least I won't let myself. I find myself just like fidgeting at work because I want to be like, I want to run around the block, you know? I don't know how to explain it. It's just this fire that I've developed recently, and I can't let it go out. And that's the crux of it. I can't let other people's opinions, oh, you're going to burn out, you're going too far, you're doing this, you can't not eat for 2 weeks. Well, I've not eaten for 4 weeks, and nothing bad happened. So, let me just try it. So I'm not going to tell people what I'm doing. I told someone I want to move to America recently, and they said, oh no, you should move to Australia. Well, that wasn't what I was saying, was it? I want to move to America. So why did you say that? Oh yeah, it's just conversation. I get it. I understand. I just feel like, do you know what I mean? It's just unnecessary diversions. I don't know if I explained that properly, but I got a bit fired up there, and that's how I'm feeling every day now, honestly. And I'm trying to not let it overwhelm me, where I make stupid decisions, because there is a risk of that. These comments from people are not completely unfounded. Many people are burnt out, I'm sure. But let's find out where the line is. I have no idea how far I can go. That's it. Take care.